Thank you for including me for your upcoming presentation conference that is coming. It's truly an honor for me to be one of your four speakers at your conference. Little bit of history about me. I am Dr. Mitch Javidi. I am a retired 10-year Regent Professor of North Carolina State University. While at the university, part of being a land-grant university and being close to corporate America and military bases in US, side by side, I did a lot of consulting in corporate America worldwide with Fortune 500, with some Fortune 50 companies in the last 30 years, everything from network rationalization and building a culture of accountability, etc., for corporate America. And also in the last 30 years, I've been involved with what is known as Joint Special Operations Command in the military, where we took some of the practices and some of the principles that I will be talking during my talk at your conference to the best of the elite of our military. So with that said, I hope to complement your conference to really get into the heart of how do you psychologically, emotionally become more resilient. You operate at a higher level of well-being and wellness, and ultimately what we refer to having psychological and emotional anti-fragility. So anti-fragility is reverse of the fragility. Clearly, we never want to be fragile as an individual. And then as a part of that, I want to talk about the importance of socialization and networking, and that how those application of those theoretically make sense, practically make sense, and ultimately behaviorally will have an impact on us and individuals. I know many of your participants are aware of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and as they already know, financial aspect of our life is not our biggest needs. Actually, sense of belonging is recognized as the highest need we have. So if you take Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the extended work that Maslow did in the field of meta motivation, if you ask in general public what is meta motivation, many people cannot define it. So meta motivation is actually a part of 80% of our brain that actually activate us to become more resilient, to become more well, to become more anti-fragile. But those meta motivations are actually tied to meta needs. So psychologically and emotionally, as human behaviors, we have certain needs that need to be met. And when those needs are not, meta needs are not met, then we get depressed. We have feelings of shame, disappointment, regret, etc. that is not going to help anybody. So how do you activate those meta motivation needs that ultimately increases your sense of belonging, ultimately leads to wellness, well-being, psychological resiliency, and overall emotional and psychological anti-fragility? Psychologists have taught us there are techniques after techniques after techniques after techniques. But one of the techniques that I want to talk about is actually utilization of creating a social network that doesn't have to be always in present with you, that actually we could use a lot of networking through social media. So I'm going to be talking about the importance of that networking and socialization, not only at a personal level, but at an internet level where individuals interact on a daily basis. Like one of the rules that I always apply myself is that I better have 5 posts. People tell me that you feel like you have to have 5 posts. I said, I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me. Because by posting experiences, by posting values, by posting knowledge, by sharing concept, I am actually meeting some of my meta needs. So I'm hoping that in that short time that we have together, I can give you a little bit of the theory. I can give you the practical aspects of it. And I can also help you walk away with a couple of tools that you can add to your toolbox to capitalize on the power of networking and socialization for the ultimate goal of you becoming more well, psychologically, physically, emotionally, become more psychologically resilient, and ultimately elevate or turbocharge your own anti-fragility. So I'm looking forward to our opportunity to meeting soon. And like I said before, I truly feel honored and privileged to be one of your 4 faculty. Thank you so much for including me.